You're thinking about selling your house. The first step is to get a market evaluation, see what your property is worth in the current market. During this process, it's important to know the distinction between assessed value, market value, and a potential listing price. The assessed value is for property tax purposes and generally does not take into account renovations and other factors. While it can be used as a resource to compare land values of properties or similar units in a comparable state, it is very limited in evaluating what the property would sell for. The market value is the value that the property can be expected to sell at if given an adequate amount of time on the market and involves similarly motivated buyers and sellers. The listing price is arrived upon by determining the market value, looking at the unique situation of the seller and their goals, current market competition, and some other factors to create a strategy that will result in selling for the highest amount we can while meeting the seller's need. An example of this is if the seller is in a rush to sell versus having time to be patient. The strategy will need to be more aggressive regarding listing. So how do we determine market value? A common mistake people make is they start by looking at what is currently on the market. This can be misleading because these prices could all be over or undervalued, but the market of buyers hasn't told us yet. The best starting point is looking at the most recent sales for comparable properties and how they have been trending over the past 6 months. We don't want to just match the most recent solds, but meet the market higher or lower based on how it is trending. Once we have a really good foundation of knowledge based on these properties, we can then start looking at the current properties on the market to see where the competition is. This is where the expertise of good strategists comes into place to list the house at the ideal number to generate interest and be at top dollar. So what factors determine the value of a house? Frankly, there's a lot of them. Location, land size, building square footage, land usability, zoning, the age of the house, the state of the house, the practicality of the floor plan, covenants on title, and much, much more. The first step in evaluating the value of your home is to start by gathering as much information as possible. Filling out the form below will give me a great starting point. I will take that information and do further research on my own by pulling the title and using some other resources to create as full of a picture as I can. This will allow me to then find comparable options. Once this is done, we will schedule a meeting that will allow me to walk your property and get to see everything firsthand to finish painting the picture of your property. Compiling all of this information will allow me to give a range of what I believe the market value of the property. We will then sit down and discuss your motivations to sell, your needs and goals. This will finally give me the opportunity to come up with a strategy for what the potential listing price should be.